When throwing in the ball, there are a couple things we want to avoid doing. We don't want to throw the ball square. These are easy to pick off and can lead to counterattacking opportunities for the opponent. As a general rule, we want to create space and not be too close to the ball. We get to choose when to put the ball back in play. Let your teammates set up and spread out. This leads to more space and a better body shape for receiving the ball. Standing on the sidelines after throwing in the ball. You are an active player in the game. You are often not marked as the thrower and can be a great support option for your teammate. Don't throw the ball at your teammate's stomach. There are three main choices. Throw to your teammate's feet if the defender is tight and they want to keep the ball. Throw to your teammate's head if the defender is tight and they can flick it on. Or throw it into space if your teammate has gotten past their defender and can run into space. Depending on where we are on the field, there are different objectives on the throw. In the defensive third, the third closest to the goal we are defending, we would ideally like to maintain possession and build out of the back and prevent a turnover. We need several key options filled to achieve this goal. Someone running down the line, usually the winger or the number 9 or 10, a central option, depth or support by a defender, and the weak side winger or outside defender tucking in close to the goal in case we turn the ball over. In this position, they are in a great defensive spot to help us win the ball back. Finally, we need good communication from our goalkeeper. They can see everything and can let us know when a clearance is necessary. This is a general example of how our shape would look on our throw-in a defensive third. An easy option of throwing the ball down the line to our 11, who passes to our 9. Notice that the number 10 checked into the space that the number 11 ran out of. The second example of playing out of the back to our number 5, who then passed it back to our thrower and finds our holding midfielder. The number 6 is faced upfield and can then play the ball up the line to our winger. These are some clips from a recent CMYSA scrimmage. The arrows indicate where we would prefer to have our players start and give us better expansion of the field. Overall, we'd like to see more depth provided by our defenders, better angles and exchange from our midfielders so they can see more of the field, and a winger or number 9 checking back to the space and then curling out if the defender follows. In the middle third of the field, we would like to get a switch of the point of attack, either through our defense or midfield. During throw-ins, the opponent tends to gravitate towards the ball. If we can quickly get the ball to the other side of the field, we should have a 1v1 or a 2v2 numbers up advantage. This is an example of our general shape. Note the depth that the 4 and 5 create and how this gives more room for our midfielders to work with. In this example, there is an exchange between the two midfielders. This could also be an exchange with our midfielder and the number 9. In this example, we switch the point of attack through the defense and our number 6, who plays out to the number 2 on the opposite side. The second example is a switch of the point of attack from our number 9, who plays to our 10, and then out on the opposite side to our number 7. Notice how the number 2 comes to support the play. Here are a couple more examples from that same scrimmage. Again, the depth isn't there, which crowds our midfield and makes it more difficult to play out of that side of the field. A couple times we found our target, which is a great option, and had ideas on switching the point. Generating a little more space would likely increase the team's success on switching the point of attack. In the attacking third, we'd like to generate a shot, cross, or get a corner kick. In order to do this, we need to have a support option, again creating depth, and someone on the end line. The remainder of the players need to be in areas to either connect on a cross in the box, be prepared for a switch of the point of attack, or win the ball if the opponent takes possession and tries to clear it. This is a general example, again, of a setup. Note how there are 3 players in or near the box, and how the number 3, 6, and 2 are good options for a switch or to win the ball on a clearance. And the first example depicted here is showing a support throw to the number 3, who then crosses the ball into the box. The second example is throwing to the number 9, who is end line, receives the ball, and is able to get turned. They then dribble down the line and cross to a teammate in the box using a cutback cross. Again, these are just ideas. There are so many options once we get into our general shape. Here are a couple more examples from our scrimmage. Overall, there was no end line options and the throws were taken quickly, so I don't think our shape was fantastic. There is a time and a place for a quick throw, but if you don't like your options, wait for your teammates to get set up.